steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. All in steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. All in steel, it feels so light. Give me your composites or you will surely die. All in steel, right through the night. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. All I wanna do is pick up a load, press SCO, take it home, and do it all again. That's all. Fill my hole, fill it full. Yeah, take my shields, squeeze it in. I just wanna play, so I could build an office if I never left. This damn house I set up is glued to me, and yes, I need a bio break, but I just can't stand up. Who needs that dignity when I can have a station of my own? One last time, all in steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. All in steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Boom, 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 doo-doo-boo-doo. Boom, ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Boom, 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 ba-da-da-da.
From the porcelain palace of People's Princess Aisling Duval comes a fragrance like no other.
Duval.
Infused with the steam of stardom and the bare essence of excellence.
Duval.
Eau de Bain is not just a scent, it's a statement.
Duval.
Crafted from the actual bathwater of Aisling Duval, this limited edition elixir captures notes of sapphire lotus, imperial sandalwood, and the untouchable aura of a true icon.
Duval.
Make your friends blue-haired with envy. Eau de Bain, a new fragrance by Aisling Duval. Take a dip.
Established in 3223 as a haulage company, Takata made the bold decision to recruit and train its own security forces. Over the years, a series of highly effective laser weaponry was also developed to support these security teams, and they garnered galactic critical acclaim. The TK Zenith, a burst-fire pistol that can strip shields in no time. The TK Eclipse, a rapid-fire carbine for close-up thermal destruction. And the TK Aphelion Assault Rifle, a powerful and precise weapon of total shield destruction. On the battlefield, you know what's needed. Takada.
There's a light in the night, and it won't go out. Now I found you. There's a heat so close that I never feel cold. Now I found you. I was alone, out in the dark. Then I saw hollow squares all around. Oh, now the calms call my name every night. Now I found you in the depths, gazing brightly at the neutron star. We share the field, scooping jet cones, leaping to the edges of the night. Oh, I was alone, out in the dark. Then I saw hollow squares all around. Oh, I was alone, out in the dark. Heaven was all around. Oh,
and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
And the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous.
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place,
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 559 of Lave Radio, the show that talks about the universe of Elite and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix to Fire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, Chief Archivist of Lave Station, and joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have our SRV Banksy, that's Commander Alec Turner.
I've only had a few ales. It's
Right.
fine.
Lovely. Then we also have our staff liaison officer, that would be Commander Psychic, otherwise known as Claire.
There's going to be a bad day, I can tell it already.
I'm already on my second double whiskey, so you know it's.
Oh
it's
my God.
managing.
Oh, okay, I'm going to make you all read in a minute. Jesus Christ.
And of course, we have our head of health and safety, that'd be Commander Edelweiss, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward. Now, of course, you can join us in game if you like. We do have the Chris Mark IV staring lovingly out of the window. Well, he's not actually. He's staring into the bar at the moment, but normally he stares out the window. And
probably your
Ben's flying-
mentions of alcohol. He needs a drink.
from that bar. Good luck.
No, yeah.
And and Ben's flying about as well. But if you can't join us in game, you can always join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio, or look up Lave Radio on YouTube. We're there as well. So let's go around the crew this week, see what they've been up to. So we'll start with Alec this week.
Hello. I went to Weatherspoons for breakfast. Went to try different Weatherspoons. Got quite into Weatherspoons recently. They're quite good, actually. We went to. This is for the benefit of the loose screws who won't pronounce it if I pronounce it well. We went to the one in Berkhamsted, mate. They don't talk like that in Berkhamsted at all. They're quite posh. There's a nice Weatherspoons, and in game I have been mostly buckyball racing, almost entirely buckyball racing, in fact, except a little bit of colonization investigation, which we'll come on to in community news. And then I also I zoomed out to the start point for Distant Worlds 3, and then changed my mind and zoomed back again because of buckyball. But I'll come on to that as well.
Excellent.
Hello? Is this thing on?
Yeah, it's on, it's
Yes.
on, it's on.
It's on. Then in that case, we'll move on to Claire.
Hi, I've been super busy doing things and being given cool stuff that I can't talk about, and all of those things, receiving multiple emails and creating stuff for ongoing like things that are happening in the next sort of thing. I've been so busy doing things that I can't talk about, and then occasionally stuff gets thrown out of like from a last minute change or something like that, and I'm scrambling. I'm so tired. I've also normally when this kind of stuff happens, I have an excellent case of having a massively chronic pain flare up. So I will say all of the shit that I'm in a terrible headspace about is still there, and I really want to thank. There's a couple of people who have sent me really, really sweet messages, and I very much appreciate you. You know who you are, and yeah, I've got all of that headspace, and all of that shit is still going on. But also, I'm so busy, and also I'm having like the best time for a chronic pain flare up as you can flip and imagine. So and I like having software not perform for me the way I'm expecting it to. Like I multi-posted along lots of different social medias today, as one does, well, as I do quite regularly, and it went on YouTube Shorts fine, but when I put it onto TikTok, all the audio was static. So I was trying to figure out. I've not had a good time with equipment and software today, just generally. So and I did some silly things where I thought I was paying for something for a year, but it was the price that they showed me. This is me in a rush and a panic. The price that they showed me for something was the price per month, but I got billed for a year. So I got billed 12 times as much as I thought I was gonna get. And it was like it added more than an extra zero onto the end, and that wasn't fun. And I've discovered that in the middle of being live that I'd spent like this stupid amount of money, and that was another thing. I think that's probably the thing that genuinely did bring the biggest part of the pain flare up in, because it's all everything is related.
Thing that you had to spend money on phone?
No, it's fucking stupid, but it's a like a byproduct of another silly thing that I'd done in a rush, because I'm doing too many things at the same time, and I've got a big like you guys all know about, but I've got that big storm cloud sort of like hanging over my head as well. So that's kind of where I am. But what have I been up to games wise? Where I am is that I'm in such a weird mood headspace wise. I finished that fic that I was telling you about the week. That one, the final chapter went up today, and it's been received really well, and I'm really happy with it. But that's all up. But today I've not played an awful lot of Elite. I've played some Jurassic. I went back into Planet Coaster today. But the other day I just started a game of Mass Effect 2 because I was just like, you know what? You know what? Fuck it. I'm feeling rotten. I want my comfort game. So I
do love the beginning of Mass Effect 2 as well.
Yeah, it's just like the best. It's so good. It's just a beautiful game, and I've never played it with just like a brand new character from 2 and doing the story. So I've already got some new voice lines that I'd never heard before. So that's kind of fun. Other than that, I'm just busy. I wish I had the space to slow down. I took yesterday off because I was just feeling rotten, and then I got like 3 emails, and I didn't get to open a video game until like 8 p.m. because I was working all day. I was like, I'm not going to stream, and then I was working all day. But yeah, that's how it's been. That's how it be right now. Christmas rush, innit?
It's the beginning of the Christmas rush. I hate to think about what's on lined up for me later in the week. Okay, Ben.
Yeah, well, game-wise, the only thing I've really been playing has been a bit of Elite, a bit of the other space game, and Pokemon. So in Elite, Alec, you remember you mentioned Metro Elite the other day, which
Yep.
is the companion app for Distant World 3.
Yep.
I thought I'd go and try that and see what they're doing with it. And got a wee bit of a PSA, seeing as the app itself doesn't let you know. But as part of its introduction to Metro Elite or Meta Lens or whatever the heck it's called,
Yeah.
welcome to me. It has you going to barely meta trialing in the Running Man sector. And it's a beautiful way out there. It's about it's about 1,600 light years away.
Oh wow.
And it's a beautiful part of the galaxy. And you got to go there, and it's like that all worked. I got recognized. Yes, you've gone there. Congratulations. And then it says land here, and you can't request docking. And apparently that is a known bug. But because you can't request docking, you can't proceed with the blooming mission.
Yeah. Okay.
But apart from the fact that you can't request docking, the app that they're doing, it's still very much in beta. Looks really, really cool. And you've obviously got to work for the beta thing. It's obvious, like it's like go here, do this, do that. But then obviously other quests can be as vague or as whatever as you like.
Yeah. I mean, I think it can work on anything in the journal. Like one of the
Yeah.
things I was really impressed with one of the very first L'Elite Dangerous adventures was that it got you to literally find an NPC standing on some stairs in a concourse and point at him, and that gets registered in the journal, which is super cool because then you can have missions which are like go and find this guy, go and talk to him, salute him, and that can trigger things.
Can
That's
you
so
can
cool.
maybe help me here, although this could be possibly the explaining it like I'm a noob. Does Elite Dangerous have a companion app that registers and says what it's doing, or
No,
I was
it
looking
doesn't
around
either.
their website for how do I tell them what I'm doing?
It just knows. It can read it. You
Is it
authenticate. You authenticate with
right?
your
So it's
Frontier
the
login,
authentication and that. So the
and then it can.
authentication also sends up log messages.
I'm intrigued. Yeah, behind the
Yeah.
scenes, I didn't realize that a website, authenticated or not, could read files on my, a very
Yeah, I always
specific
assumed you
nominee.
needed something like EDMC to
No,
share the
apparently not.
love.
No, apparently not. It's cool, isn't it?
It's cool and it's mildly concerning because I never knew it happened.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what that is. Okay. So yeah, that's the PSA about Elite that I found out. I then made a bit of a mistake and accidentally spent 70 quid somehow on Temu getting associated Christmas presents for family members. This might be absolutely brilliant. I have received
It
one.
will be.
I've received one already.
Was it brilliant?
And that is surprisingly good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I can't say what it is on air because it's a Christmas present, obviously, and I don't want to spoil it.
But do they really listen?
Well, I don't think they listen, but they might, and that's the point. But that's surprisingly good. And over a weekend, I caught myself being Mr. Handyman, ripping up flooring because my lovely daughter decided to flood the bathroom. And we need to try and get it all to dry out and need new floor and various other things. But first it must dry, therefore old floor has to be lifted, which was fun. And then my mother-in-law decided to help out by partially removing 10 centimeters of the seal from our door, meaning I then had to remove the rest of the seal and insert the new seal, which in 1 degree weather. Which completely utterly broke my thumb trying to put the seal and squeeze it into the ridge that runs around your door.
Yeah, those flippers, they just don't go the way you want them to.
Those flippers?
Sorry. I apologise.
I think that went over my head. But yeah, that's been fun. On the other hand, after that, I did have a very nice thing of fish and chips. So yay.
Yay! Right. Let's have a look at what I've been up to. I've done a little bit of Elite for obvious reasons, jumping around trees. for some reason, I've almost completed Final Fantasy VIII, which is great.
Nice.
And then for some
Has
reason,
it broken you again?
yes. Only this time, now that I've gone through it a second time, it's broken me more.
Oh.
Because I've now
I
got.
love that.
Yeah, I've now got. It's like watching Babylon 5 through the second time because that hurts more than the first because you know
what's coming.
because you know what the interactions are. You understand. First time you don't. Second time you really understand what happens. Same for this time round because there's so much I missed, and it's certainly a gut punch. This one, and it's so brutal. Honestly, so for some light relief, I thought, well, it had been N7 earlier in the month. I thought I'd give Mass Effect Andromeda a try last night.
Oh, I've still got to play that.
Yeah. Why do I punish myself? So, yeah, the thing is that again, it's the story's really good. Well, the story's all right. The combat is good. I do like the combat. The problem is the way the story is told is through these new character animations, and even after all this time and all the patches and all that stuff that they've put in, it's awful.
Still feels a bit weird, does it?
Oh, it's so uncanny valley. And you know that the characters aren't looking at you. It's like they're all boz-eyed. And
Okay.
And the majority of the time you can live with it, but then there's just this occasional. There's one character in particular on the station that just does my head in, and if for that character alone, I just want to no, don't want to have anything to do with this game. Ugh. The thing is, the planetary vistas, the planets that you visit, they're absolutely beautiful. They really are amazing. But to tell you the truth, I think I prefer jumping around plants in Elite Dangerous at the moment. So yes, that's me. Yes. Oh, and just gained my financial freedom. So there you go. So, right, moving on from there. Development news. What have the devs said this week? Well, if you haven't basically been hiding under a rock, today they just dropped the November dev blog. Now, we really haven't had time to prepare for this. And I think it's only fair to say that there's that much in it that we're going to need to give it a big deep dive next week.
Yeah. I think we could we've been given all of the statistics for the Caspian Explorer and some information about the combat changes, and I think it's fair to say the Caspian, yes, look out for question of the week on Sunday because it's coming. But I think it's more so as far as like combat is concerned that we feel like we need to have a bit more of a hands-on experience to be able to comment on it. Would you say that was fair to say?
Oh, definitely, because there are balance changes and AI improvements, which all sound great on paper, or on blog sites, but until you actually take them on, we've got no idea.
Exactly, which is why we're sort of like
kind of
staggering stuff. Also, it gives us content until the end of the year, so we're good with it.
Also, I've been in the pub since 4:30, so I haven't seen this at all.
Exactly.
Yeah, sort of someone good for them. So, and another news, it should be noted that we are now. It's been more than 11 years since the launch party, Ben.
Wow.
Yeah, what, 11 years, eh?
Was it November? Was it November?
It was, yeah.
That's the one at Duxford, right? The Air Museum.
Yeah, Station Duxford.
Nice, when they first rolled out the big Cobra.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I spoke to I spoke to Adam Woods not too long ago. I had a
Mhm.
conversation with Adam Woods, and one of the things we kind of had like free reign to ask it was Adam and Rich who do a lot of like they're like up on Planet Coaster now, and we had
Oh, were they?
free reign to we had free reign to ask them like literally anything that we wanted. This was when Crispy was over. It was just after PitCon, and we went to Cambridge and said hello. But I said to Adam Woods, "What's your favourite? What's been your highlight of like all of the games you've worked on, all of that?" And he said it was that launch party. Even now, it's that launch party. Nothing to do with Planet Coaster. That launch party was his favourite memory, and I feel like I have to share that anytime we bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's only Ben that was lucky enough to be there, unless you were there as well, Alec.
No, sadly
No.
not.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lave Radio was there, just not me. Right.
Myself, Cow, Fozzer, Alan, Stabler. I
Vu.
think Lisa Vu was there, and I think her husband was there as well.
So, I think we're going to hand over to the community news for Alec.
And now, to the community coroner.
It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Right, here's what I have hunted down this week. And bear with me, I threw this into the notes about 10 minutes before the show. Right, first up is a thing I spotted on Reddit. I've been on Reddit recently, quite a lot actually, the last few weeks.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I
And
don't
you-
quite know
you-
why.
you-
I never used to go on Reddit, but I keep getting drawn back to it recently. There's some quite, yeah, it's a good resource for Community Corner, so I might dig into it a bit more. Anyway, so first thing I spotted there was this thing called the Col 285 water bubble. I'm still kind of trying to work out whether it's a squadron or a system name. I think maybe both. Anyway, the Col 285 water bubble, they have a really nice graphic that they've produced. And the sort of blurb that goes with it is, we work to build the water bubble, a 24 light year cluster, spinward of Sol, creating a dense constellation on the frontier rivaling the population of any core system. We coordinate hauling, scouting, defense, and BGS in a transparent, inclusive way, welcoming veterans and new players alike to create a thriving and influential player-built region that will outlive its founders and serve the wider galaxy. And we'll include a post, I guess, to the Reddit, which is probably a way to get to these guys. But it seems cool. I really like stuff like this with colonization, where it's more than just people reaching out arbitrarily. You know, it's a sort of concerted group effort to build something. And they've built this really cool colony of systems. They've got like an extraction system and a high-tech system and a industry and a refinery, and they're all sort of designed to work together. And yeah, I really like it. It's a really fun bit of role play, and it's a really cool example of the sort of thing you can do with colonization. So yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, go on, Alec. Why not? On colonization, I just want to mention. So I've got my colonization forum thread, where I've been gathering interest in colonization systems. People might notice that it's a little bit screwed up at the moment. I am working to fix it. It's screwed up because some arsehat who shall remain unnamed turns out to be a massive system sniper. A lot of the systems that were in my thread were sniped and then publicized by this individual. He's been banned and subsequently threw a massive strop and replaced all his forum posts with a single full stop, and has removed all of his images. So people, eh? So I'm just working to tidy up that forum thread a bit and remove the systems that are his, and kind of clean things up. But I'll have it today or tomorrow or day after.
So he was one of those people who was system sniping.
Yeah. Apparently, if you look on Reddit, he was a massive notorious system sniper. Hundreds of systems.
Ooh, Lord.
Wow. Like also, A, touch grass, and B, dude, come on, man. I don't know what else to say about shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. Anyway, let's move on. I'm probably on thin ground talking about that. Next. Oh, yes. So I mentioned at the start of the show that I went out to the launch site of Distant Worlds 3, which is it's quite a long way out. Like, I'm quite surprised in a way, but I hadn't fully appreciated this. It's a long way south. So when you start Distant Worlds 3, you'll be heading about 1,000 light years south to the start system before you head back north again, down to the kind of Orion Nebula, I guess. So the start system is NGC 1981 Sector ZUY D27. And although they've picked out the system, they've got this interesting initiative now to scout all the interesting landable planets in that system. There's a bunch of tidally locked planets. There's a couple of atmospheric planets. And what they want to do is find the best launch location. So a planetary spot where they're going to build one of those giant circular planet ports and a nice flat plane for dozens and dozens of ships to land next to it, I guess. So yeah, they're doing a sort of little competition to go out there and find a good spot and take lots of photographs and catalog it and note down the coordinates of where you think they should build the starport. And they will pick the best one and use it to launch Distant Worlds 3. So it's cool. So I'm out there at the moment. I love stuff like that. Yeah, so it's a nice idea. Next up is a thing I spotted. I can't remember where I spotted it. I think I spotted it in the Burpit. It's a little cartoon. I really like it. It's by a guy called Lovenstein, and it's called Fan Comic The Glow. Full disclosure, he does use AI. As he says in his description, he says, "I'm no artist, but I still wanted to share my commander's story in an enjoyable way. I use ChatGPT to generate the comics based off my own story and plans for each scene. I'm aware the feds are going to lock me up for this one again, but hopefully someone enjoys it." It's really nice. I really like it, despite its use of AI. Hey ho. Right, item 4. God, I keep shouting out these guys. I just can't stop myself. It's Burr and Reaney again. They're doing a new periodic thing. I don't know how frequently they'll do these, called Road Trip. So Road Trip 1, Elite Dangerous Guardian Beacon. And it's super. It's, again, a little bit different from their usual thing. It's kind of much less scripted. And you'll get to hear Reaney speak as well as Burr. And it's just a pair of them doing the Guardian Beacon sequence. So that's the amazing Guardian beacons that are in space that you have to activate and then scoop a key from in order to get a blueprint that you use to get the Guardian fighters. It's such a cool sequence, and we don't see it often enough. You only have to do it 3 times, really.
It's so
And
annoying.
yeah, it is. It's so wasted, but it's so cool to see it, and it's really funny to hear Burr and Reaney riffing and just being silly and going out there and doing this amazing thing. So well worth a watch. Looking forward to seeing what else they'll do on that series. Right, next up is just a fun bit of flight assist off flying, really. A fly through of Drodin's Racetrack by Danger Pencil. I've subscribed to Danger Pencil. He's a really good FA off pilot, and it's nothing major, but it's just some chill zooming around a really nice canyon circuit in flight assist off. That's something to chill to for 5 minutes and some very cool flying. So that's a good watch. This next one is super. It's called Flying a Spaceship in VR Feels Real, by the 15-Minute Gamer, and he's a big fan of the Pimax VR headset. He's trying loads of different games and things in VR, and he's just basically espousing the virtues of Elite Dangerous and how, I can't remember the exact quote, but he basically calls it still one of the best VR experiences you can have. And he just flies around and sort of launches and takes off, and he talks a bit about the Pimax, and he talks quite a lot about Elite. And yeah, it's inspiring stuff. Like, if you're on the fence about VR, it's the sort of video that makes you think, Yeah, okay, go on. I'm sold. It's super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you wait till the Steam VR headset comes out next year.
Yeah. It's funny, like I've got VR and I've sort of stopped using it, but actually watching that video made me think I really should give it another go in Elite because it is so cool. Finally, only in a couple of hours ago, the buckyball race is over. So we had a fantastic race, and what was so cool was the turnout. Didn't do a huge amount of promotion for it. I think I managed to do one kind of midweek thing on X and Twitter, and obviously we the forum thread, and we did an original post, and we spoke about it on Lave. But yeah, kind of slightly out of the blue, but a really good turnout. What I'm going to do, actually, very quickly, because I think it's really cool that people turn up, and it's more important that people turn up and have real good fun than who actually wins. So very quickly, in reverse order, the winners in Unlimited were in third place me, in second place Tobias by just 1 fucking second, excuse me, and in first place Shay. And in regulation, it was Darplatter in third place, Skur, who I've been down the pub with, and congratulations, well done. I forgot to buy you a congratulatory pint next time. And in first place, Shay Blackwood. But yeah, the people who took part in Buckyball this week were Shay Blackwood, Tobias von Brandt, me, Goofy or Not, Epiphus, Skorob, Martin Jameson, Sulu, Leah Getty, Crichton, Zeroth, and J Space in Unlimited. And in regulation, it was Shay, Skur, Darplatter, me, Tobias, Martin Jameson, Epiphus, Osatogari, Aciliaran, Duck, J-Space, Osric, Leah Getty, Sulu, Texas Deluxe, Crichton Zeroth, VR247, Cloned Again, Daisy Bell, Pete Fox2, Aldrich, and Simstar. And at least a half a dozen of those were brand new to Buckyball, so that is awesome.
I just had a thought, actually, how you can beat Skur.
Go on.
Take him down the pub and make sure he races afterwards.
I think that would. I suspect that would hurt me more than it would hurt
You can't get him drunk for the whole 10 days.
Why not?
I mean, you could certainly try.
We all
It
know
was
that
nice.
Alec is too poor for assassination.
If you can imagine the pair of us sat in a corner of a classic old Victorian London pub, making lots of hand gestures, talking about corkscrew spirals and things, it was a beautiful time.
Every time I think of a London Victorian pub, everybody is either like the old Vic or everybody's like Jason Statham. So you know, it's...
Yeah, Bill Sykes in the corner with his dog.
Yeah.
Come here, Bullseye.
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 But yeah, fantastic race. So yeah, thanks and congratulations. Well, big thanks to Edelgard von Rhein for running it. Actually, it's been too long. We'll definitely get some more next year.
Right, well, if you have a community event that's taking place soon and you'd like us to share it across the airwaves, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or Blue Skiers, and or email us at info@laveradio.com. Cut that bit.
No.
Or Alec will hunt you down. So, the A-game events. What has been happening this week? Oh dear. I don't think the whiskey's kicking in. Right.
Oh my God.
Thursday the 20th. Rumours are now spreading about the HIP 87621 Flora. Who saw this one coming, I wonder? It turns out that the trees that we are scanning, some samples have been smuggled out to other scientists who have said, "Oh, you know, this is what this is going to be really good for, making people better."
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk that there's something very important about these trees?
Who would have thought that there would be more to this?
Does anyone else?
Better case, who would have thought that there wasn't more to this?
Does anyone else, apart from me, I suspect maybe, I I wonder if this is it's pharmaceutical, yeah, whatever. But I wonder if this
Mhm.
is purely a MacGuffin to be the focal point of a power war that maybe will be the start point for operations. But I see a lot of people talking about actual effects on our commander and super soldiers and stuff, which I'm less convinced of.
I'm leaning more towards super soldiers than locking something behind a power play. I think I understand that they want people to engage with power play, but it should
No,
should
I don't
be
really mean power play. I just mean it's a
like
thematic MacGuffin
yeah,
to
okay,
say
okay,
why
okay.
there's all these ships and why they're all fighting each other. Something valuable. Insert some. It doesn't matter what it
Well,
is.
it's Princess Ashling's bathwater. Of course, it's valuable.
Duval.
Eau de toilette.
It's Eau de Bain
Eau de
from
Bain.
That's
Ashling.
it's the new one. It's toilet water. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
not
get
Yes.
toilet
your
water, it's bathwater.
you get your toilet water. I think it's from Torval. Torval does toilet water. But you're only getting 1 ton at a time.
Lovely. That's an image put in my head that I really want to now. Thank you. Oh man. Yes, we are hitting the bottom of the barrel today. Right. So yes, it looks like we'll find out what happens in a couple of days, I guess.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
What's
Thursday.
the current low ceiling? Let's have a quick look.
Thursday.
NRCG. The current low ceiling for 75% is 35. It's creeping
Okay.
up.
How are you all doing?
51.
Well, I'm at 66. I should have done
Ben?
3 more.
I am in the top 50.
Okay.
111.
I think I'm at like 180 something.
Whoa, you guys.
I did it for like 3 hours on a stream, and that was it. And it was a lot of fun because I was chatting at the same time. It's one of those nice second screen things that you can do, like have a TV show or a podcast. Have a podcast on, listen to that instead, and just do it's one of the things you can do that you don't have to concentrate on. I like those little things that you can do in Elite when you don't have to like fully give all of your attention to them. So yeah, time just flew by. It was great.
Yeah.
Just listening to the latest podcasts about Mario jumping on trees and other fauna.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We've got the new Super Mario Galaxy movie as well. Sorry.
Movie?
Yeah, there's a Super Mario Galaxy movie coming out sometime soonish.
Oh, right. Well, never played that game. Mind you, actually, apart from Donkey Kong, I don't think there's anything that I've really played with Mario in it. Oh no, I take it back.
You've never played Mario Kart.
You must have
or
Mario Kart,
Party.
yeah.
You must have played Mario Party once. You have a family.
Yeah, but we don't have a Nintendo.
Oh, you didn't have a Wii? You didn't play Wii Sports and then get a Mario Kart on the back of it?
I don't think we had a Mario Kart, but we certainly had the Wii Sports and whatever that
Mario Kart
that
and Mario Party on the
was.
Wii. What a time. What a time to be alive. Have a few drinks, play that with your mates. Friendship. We lost friendships during those games.
It's that Wigglets game or whatever it was.
I don't know.
You had to shove a Wiimote down your trousers.
Never played that. Ben's playing entirely different games.
Oh, what was that? There was a Wii game that I did play, which was it was basically you're an assassin with a pretend lightsaber. I can't remember what it was, but the thing was
not Beat Saber. Beat Saber's a VR game.
No.
Probably some kind of tech demo masquerading as a game.
No, this was a genuine. You had to kill the 10 bosses with your saber, and you had to go through all these other guys. You were an assassin that went through some kind of Hunger Games type thing. The thing was about this thing when the lightsaber would lose its power, and you had to do a very dodgy hand action in order to power the lightsaber back up again.
The old shotgun reload, single-handed shotgun reload.
Oh no, it was yeah. I'm going to have to look that up. So during the ad break, I will look up to what that game was. I will find it. Anyway, the Power Play rankings this week. In 12th, losing 11 systems, Petraeus has fallen to 658 systems. Torval has gained 4 systems, still staying in 11th, but brings her total up to 743. Delaney also gains 4 systems, keeping just ahead of Torval in 10th with 746. And in 9th, we have Winters gaining 10 systems up to 876. In 8th, Antal holds on to his place, gaining just 1 system, but he's got 1,090. And in 7th, Kane has pulled ahead by a massive 17 systems this week, up to 1,117. In 6th, Archer has gained 6 systems, bringing his total up to 1,137. And Grom stays in 5th, having gained only 2 systems, but his total is 1,312. In 4th place remains Lee Yong-Ru, who has gained 8 systems. He's up to 1,468. And the Emperor herself has had a bit of a setback this week, losing 3 systems, with her total falling back to 1,733. Mahon gains 2 systems, taking his total up to 1,821, and gaining our number of systems. We have Aisling Duval, who's now up at 2,232.
She's only gained 4.
Yes.
I went back and double checked it when I saw you wrote R instead of a number.
It had to be 4 or 5.
Well,
Yeah.
think about it as disappointment, because everybody in his faction just went,
Aww.
So yeah, and that is your Power Play rankings this week.
I'm guessing soon till relics are off menu.
It certainly looks that way, doesn't it?
It certainly looks that way. It was the only thing propping poor Petraeus up. So yeah, he's now lost all the systems he's gained.
Oof. Oof.
Yes. I must admit there was quite a lot of discussion on the Orisa Discord about how come we're losing this, and yes, well, we're dealing with encroachments that I wasn't expecting to be encroached from. So yeah, we're dealing with that. So but I'm still having fun doing it though. Gone up another level.
Nice.
Yeah. Not up to the level which I should be, but no, I've been too busy transferring cargo and jumping plants.
Just go and mine for a bit at some point. Just go mine, you'll be fine. That's how it works, right?
It kind of. Right, so that brings it to that time of the week again.
Store alert!
And welcome back. Well, there are a few new paint jobs. We've got the Type 2 Perspective Midnight Black Gloss, and the Type 8 Midnight Black Gloss, and the Python Mark 2 Midnight Black Gloss.
They were all new last week.
Clipper. Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. I must have missed those because of internet errors.
Bloody Virgin
maybe,
Media.
maybe.
But however, if you are interested, everything else is on sale.
Mm-hmm. Literally everything else. I don't think there's a single thing outside of those gloss paints that is on sale. That isn't on sale.
Are there any?
So-
Have they done any free things again, like they do
I
sometimes?
Heard of any free
I
things?
haven't seen any. It's not showing like right. Normally, if there's something free, it will be like one of the first things.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
might get something free at Christmas,
Mm.
or we might get like an extortionate amount of other stuff at Christmas.
I'm afraid to say that the only things that are not on sale are basically anything to do with the Dodec. All the
Yeah, because
Dodec
that's
stuff
like
is
brand
still
new
there.
stuff, isn't it? It's the brand. I did see that the Type 11 Prospector, the
Yeah,
type
that's on sale.
that's on sale, which is wild to me.
The ship.
Yeah, the ship.
Oh well.
The Panther Clipper.
Panther Clipper's on sale, yeah, but the Type 11 Prospector you can't even get in game yet, like without.
Yeah, so it's still
it's
in
hard
early
patch
access.
only.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean now would be a good time to get a suit customization, which to tell you the truth, they're about half price, which I think's. Yeah, I'd be tempted with some of them if I wasn't saving my arcs for other things down the line. But yeah,
I
don't
was
pick up your
quite
bargain.
because I was doing the buckyball race and the regulation class ship was the Cobra Mark V. I was looking for a good paint job, and there aren't many other. It's quite a sparse offering for the Cobra Mark V at the moment.
I think that's kind of like for. I'm going to be controversial and say for all of them. Or like all of the new ships we've been.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, they've done a fair amount for each one, but we haven't had 10 years of these ships, so they haven't built on them like they have with a lot of the other ones, maybe. So I'm hoping.
Corsair's got much nicer ones than the Mark V.
Yeah, I don't like the Corsair, so I haven't looked, so I wouldn't be able to comment. But I feel like every time we've had a new ship, the skins have been all right, but nothing to write home about.
Mando's got nice ones. I don't know. I think the Mark V needs some love. Frontier.
Agreed, 100% agree.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's I'm trying to decide what to buy, but then again, I'm trying not to. If you see, it's so tempting to buy some the vintage Intrepid pack or the vintage Reflect pack, because I think those two suits look fantastic, especially if you want to do an impression of an Apollo astronaut. But it's still. Cool. I still have to sort of, keep my powder dry because there's other things that will be coming up quite soon that I know that I'm going to
and you never know. You never know. They might, with all of this, shift to a proper combination of like a commitment to including on-foot content now. You never know. They might start the next couple of months might bring some new commander suits and things like that, so then you might need them. You might need it for it. I don't know.
I tell you what, I can really vouch for the Nomad pack. The mirrored face mask is really good for screenshots. If you're a screenshot fan, that mirrored face mask looks terrific.
Yeah.
15,000 arcs, not bad.
Not bad.
That's
not
it.
bad.
The game that I am referring to on the Wii is called No More Heroes.
That's why you've been not answering anything and leaving big gaps, because you were Googling something. You said you were going to Google in the adverts, but then the brainworm went, what is it? What is it?
Exactly. Right.
Drunk Colin is back in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Shall we have some ad breaks?
Yeah, just in time for the ad breaks. Okay. After this, we'll come back with catching up with all the questions.
New from Azimuth Biotech, it's Tickle Me Thargoid. Tickle Me Thargoid is fun for all the family. Teach your little anti-Xeno commander the difference between an Orthrus and a Cyclops, a Basilisk and a Medusa.
Count the hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a Cyclops.
Teach them their weakness and how to exploit them.
Now rip out the hearts. One by one.
I don't want to.
Do it. Using the tool. Do it. Now stomp on its face. Smash its face in.
I've got them.
Tickle Me Thargoid. Available now from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers.
Oi, how you doing, my brother? So you run some data and you left your little sidey and you're starting to think about maybe a ship that can punch a little bit harder. Well, the Killback, the one with the little flappy wings, is just what the doctor ordered. It is multi-crew enabled and is the smallest ship with a fighter bay, so you can point and they will do your bidding. Ha! It's got 3 utility mounts, 2 small and 2 medium hard points, plus a whole batch of compartments. So if you want a bit of fun, grab a Killback, my son.
I just love my Trumbles, so playful, so fluffy. So wait, no, stay away from those puddles. Oh no, how am I ever gonna get you dry? This'll take forever.
Not anymore. Introducing the Trumble Dryer.
What you doing in my house?
With the latest in centrifugal technology, combined with caustic heat generating compound, the Trumble Dryer gets your Trumbles dry, fluffy and fresher than ever in no time.
Oh wow, they smell good too.
Well, that's thanks to our scent packs, available in Lavender Bliss, Sweet Mandarin and Grapefruit, Dark Amber and Fig, and Africa.
Where can I get a Trumble Dryer of my own?
At Pets in Space, of course, and all participating retailers across the bubble. Have an overpopulation problem? Turn your Trumbles from troublesome to tasty. Just add one of our seasoning sachets and use the Trumble Dryer's air fry, biltong or jerky set. Delicious. The Trumble Dryer from Galactic Companion Co. Buy it now.
And welcome back. I hope you've enjoyed your crunchy Trumbles.
Delicious.
I love them so much.
It reminds me very much of the little eggs that they found in Futurama, which nobody could stop eating. But it turned out to be the spawn of the big alien that came and killed them all. But yeah. For the main discussion this week, we've got 2 questions which we've been wanting to ask you guys for the last couple of weeks. So now's a good chance to.
Well, we did ask. We did ask,
did.
but we didn't have enough time to discuss the answers because it's been a bit of a packed time, hasn't it? We've done we had so much to discuss on the first week, and then we spent a whole friggin' hours upon hours talking about the Dodec, and then we talked about operations a little bit when you had your internet problems, Colin, so we'll probably touch on that as well. But we're going to go back to 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I can't think of anything like properly.
Yeah, it's hard to do the wibbly wobbly let's go back in time thing on radio.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm doing it, but
so the question of the week 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, actually, was: will you be buying a Dodec, and what are your thoughts about how it was presented and Frontier's subsequent walk back? Be prepared for a smidge of negativity, but I promise you it gets better.
Smidge.
Win Arctos is saying they're happy that they changed the early access model. Permagating?
Yep, permagating.
Yep, permagating. Individual features behind a pricey paywall is not a good look. The pricing is a bit eye-watering, but the ability to deploy a tier 3 station with no time investment is quite a nice enticement for players like myself without huge squadrons.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
Yep. Yep. Ubermic continues. Looking forward to seeing one, but certainly not buying one myself at that eye-watering price. I still have a bit of a sticker shock from when they announced it. And while I'm glad they walked it back, I feel there's an element of we're not sorry we did it. We're sorry we got called out by FDev. A shame since it tainted what was otherwise a really positive announcement from them, otherwise which gave us a lot more to look forward to. I'll take the Caspian, I'll take the operations update, pending how it's implemented, and the HIP 87621 story, but they can keep their 50 grand bauble.
Nice. Nice.
I mean, I still think that they were testing the market anyway. They've got to test the market to see what people
how
will
people
accept.
react. Yeah.
And they quite rightly they thought, well, no, they're not going to like that, so we're rolling it back. So
Oopsie doodle, we made an oopsie. Jay Fremantle says, I'm happy they have changed to early access. Don't know if that still includes an initial Insta build. It does. I hope not, and here's why. Let me tell you a little story, or you sitting comfortably. A long time ago, I played the original Elite. I played every minute I could for years, loved it. Then I was really excited to get an editor that allowed me to edit my save commander file. It allowed me to max my weapons beyond anything I could get in game. I could also max my credits, maybe some other stuff as well. It was cool for about 2 weeks, but then I got bored of one-shotting the pirates and there was no point to trading. Game lost its attraction after that. So call it grind, but it's an optional game loop, so I call it gameplay. I'm looking forward to hauling for my stations because it will be my achievement. I don't have much time to play, so maybe my stations will take a while, maybe months, but I will have built it, and maybe others will have helped. We will have accomplished something. Don't take that away with game purchases. If I recall, that was your thing about it, wasn't it, Alec?
Yeah, a little bit. And then I had a second thought. We might as well touch on it.
Yeah, of course we can.
It occurred to me that when this comes out of early access and goes into in-game, unlike kind of the other things that have been in early access, we're going to lose something. We're going to lose this insta-build feature.
Are we, though?
Well,
I still think that.
Or I suppose my question was, do
sorry.
you think they'll leave that as something you can buy with Arcs?
Absolutely, yes. Of course they will.
Okay.
Definitely think they'll do that.
Like a voucher, you'll buy an insta build voucher, a one-off.
Yeah.
They might.
You know what? They might reduce the price ever so slightly. Like if you're not getting like the early access and the early access to it, they might bring that price down for just the insta build voucher. Because if they didn't, that'd be time for me to get my shame bell out again. But
yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but anyway.
Well, I've got Commander Loctite. I would pay $5 to launch fighters from my Python.
I'd buy that for $1.
You know what? That's great. Thanks for letting us know, Commander Loctite. We have no say in how the game works.
Ben.
Jeb's Will is saying, I'll prob get it because it looks cool, and it means our squadron can get a tier 3 station before next year. Walk back or U-turn because of community pressure or because it was the right thing to do after re-looking at it. I'd put it more likely the latter, although after listening to some of the commentary about it, I'd be interested to win Elite, which is another reason to get it. After all these years, I haven't won yet. Maybe I do need to pay to win the game.
I'm going to roll my eyes really hard at this comment and then probably just move on.
Yeah, it's an odd one, that.
It's an odd one, Will. You're trying to be antagonistic by saying, "Oh well, if I get a Dodec, maybe I can win." That's not what we talk about when we talk about pay to win, and you know that, my guy. But yeah, moving on.
Me,
not
fella
me this time.
Cootie. I don't mean I'm fella Cootie. I mean fella Cootie. I'm really not interested in colonization, but if it had come as early access, I would have bought it on my main accounts as a way of saying, yes, more stations, more content, more cool stuff. Just like I did with all the new ships so far, even though the DBX is still my main ship and the Panther Clipper only ever got used to squeeze that CG bonus. But with this brilliantly planned paywall move Frontier tried, yeah, maybe, if someday I managed to look at that station without remembering how underhanded that decision felt. Shame. That's a
I
good
get
point.
it.
That's a good point
Mhm.
about looking at it and remembering, like, it's hard to separate those. Like I say, I sort of really
Tainted.
wanted one, but then I sort of,
Yeah.
it's tainted at the moment. Maybe I'll get one in the future, but
Stop giggling at the word taint.
It's difficult to separate that. I think personally,
yeah,
I agree
yeah.
with Fela Kuti a lot. It's really difficult to separate that problem. Rocky Star says, not for me. At that price point, I'd want some paint jobs and naming rights as well, at least for the first one. I think Frontier slipped up with their decision to make it a permanent paywall. They've walked back on it, and I hope they don't make the same mistake again. I think early access is a good way for them to continue to make money and allow them to keep developing the game. But it's a fine line, and this time they stepped over it.
Yeah, but they've got to find out what that line is.
Yeah,
first.
that's the thing. That's the thing. But the more times they step over that line, this is the thing. This is the balance, and this is a question that will continue to come up. How many times do they step over that line before they lose trust entirely? And that's really difficult too.
It's true for any of the games that rely
100%,
a lot
yeah.
on these kind of cosmetics and early access features.
Mm.
And to be honest, this is the main revenue stream for Elite now. So
yeah, definitely.
They've got to test the market,
Mhm.
and they tested it, they failed it, and they went, no, okay, we know where the line is now. So I don't think that they'll do another. Oh no, we're just going to keep this one behind the paywall.
Oh, 100%. They've learned their
Yeah.
lesson from this.
Yeah. Well, I have Nicey. For 50k arcs, no. Although, just straightforward, nope.
Nope.
Although to be entirely fair, this is mostly me being cheap, and I wouldn't have bought it anyway. I am surprised that no one at FDev stopped this announcement, as it seems that given 5 minutes thought that it would be seen, that they would have seen this coming. It was probably some middle manager seeing how far we, the community, could be pushed. And to be fair, community people didn't get in a flap. They simply said no. If we could have more of that and less drama, that would be lovely, please / thank you. All jokes aside, I'm very glad that they've realized their mistake and walked it back. But I bet that took a lot of middle manager convincing.
Probably.
I know the kind of people he's referring to. It's just
It's interesting. Like I think that sort of touches on a point I was thinking on with the previous answer. You know, we were sort of saying that Frontier had to test where that line was, but really, I mean,
yeah.
Does anyone? I can't think of anyone who didn't already know that would have been too far. Like if you'd spoken to anyone and said, "What do you think about selling a space station for arcs only?" I can't think of anyone that would have said, "Not sure. Give it a try. See what the community think." I think everyone would have said, "No, don't
What do you
even
think?
about."
Like, what do even if they'd have
Did it need
said
testing? I suppose what I'm saying is, did that
yeah,
even need
yeah.
testing? It's pretty obvious.
I don't think. I think there was a communication failure within Frontier at this, because I genuinely do think, had they spoken to anyone who was able to push back, and said, we're thinking about putting something permanently gated behind a paywall that will effectively give an advantage once we've ran the numbers, but the company's not really going to know what the community's not really going to know what those numbers are because we're doing that update at the same time. I think if they'd have run that past anyone who is like community facing, they'd have been like, you're going to give me a headache. And there's not that many of us now. You're going to give the community team a headache with this. I think Phil must have been on holiday or something when it all dropped as well, because Paul was doing a lot of the responding. So yeah, they were even less. It's
Still love Paul.
Love all of them. Big fan of the community team at Elite. I've met them all. They're lovely, but at the same time, and they understand. They understand the mindset for the most part. They understand the mindset of the greater part of the community because they are everywhere and because they have to be. It is the position of a community manager is to gauge how the community is feeling. That's what they do. They might not necessarily be answering your questions all of the time, but they have a very, very good finger on the pulse of how the community is feeling. And there is no way that they wouldn't have been able to say,
you know what? This ain't such a good idea.
Yeah, there's no way that they would have gone, oh, yeah, no, this works. This is a great idea, but...
Yeah.
Try it. See what happens.
Yeah.
I do genuinely find it very interesting when, 50,000 arcs is... What did we work it out to be? About 12 quid or something like that, isn't it?
More than that.
More than that, it was like 25, I think. I think it's because I was saying it was like jump space was less. So
it's
that's
one jump space. One and a bit jump space.
I do find it interesting that the Elite Dangerous community is up in arms over spending 25 quid on the space station when the Star Citizen community, a lot of people don't think twice about paying 70.
Mate, they're a different fucking breed, though, my guy.
And but I find there's still space games.
I feel like that is with Star Citizen, though, and correct me if I'm wrong with that, but the impression that I get with Star Citizen is that is a mentality that is cultivated very early on.
Yeah.
And we're not there. We've never been there with Elite. The closest we've got is like an early access with a CG where you would benefit from having an early access ship, but it's not quite those levels of just shelling out. And aren't these, correct me if I'm wrong with Star Citizen, a lot of these things you are still paying early access for these things and then getting them.
Every single thing is early access.
So it's a similar model to what Frontier is doing, but on a much cheaper scale.
So much cheaper scale. I mean, I think there's ships that they're in the middle of their big ship sale thing at the moment, and there's ships today, and these are, I don't know what, maybe the equivalent of a Python or something. It's a very good combat ship. And you can buy it today for 300 quid.
Yeah. And I think
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but I think that's a mentality that's cultivated through players of Star Citizen. Now, even if those, it's always been that way. The players of Star Citizen, and I think even if Star Citizen players are paying that amount of money for Star Citizen, if they're being asked to if something gets put behind a paywall permanently in Elite and they're playing both, I think they'd still have the same reaction.
Yeah. I mean, they do. I can't think of it. I don't. As far as I'm aware, nothing is. Yeah, you're going to get this, and this is the only way you'll ever get it. As far as I'm aware, I mean, they're still selling. They're trying to get rid of selling this, but they've still got a couple of pictures-only ships. But they're saying, they're not saying it's a mistake, but they're trying to minimize doing that now.
I laughed then. I laughed specifically at the fact that Chris Mark 4 in like our chat said if he'd spent £300 on a spaceship, he'd want to go into actual space, and I cannot help but agree with him on that.
I mean, how much is it to go on Bezos's penis rocket?
I don't give a shit about Bezos. I just like put me in a cap, trebuchet, and throw me into space for 300.
You've got you've got that inverted bungee rocket thing.
Yeah,
That's sort of
anything like that. But
that's a lot of fun.
That's a lot of fun. I'd spend less than 300 quid on that. But yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yes. I think moving on, we're taking a tangent to lower orbit at the moment. So
okay, so should we go into Ueon or Oeon?
Yes.
I've done no colonization, and if I do want to experience it, it's the joy of holing, so I wouldn't have bought one. As for how it was presented, FGF knew exactly what they were doing. This was a scoping exercise to see how badly ARC's only access would be taken, and the fallback to early access was planned.
Yeah.
Yep. We're getting that repeat point at the moment.
Yeah,
now, aren't
for
we?
sure.
Yeah. Which is, you know, it's a valid one.
Popular opinion. The Jinx effect. Nah, not going to buy one. I might build one when it comes out of early access. I'm wondering what sort of CG will come out that will tempt me to buy one. Sorry, was I being cynical? I'll try keeping that under control. Oeon's got a point. If this was presented as early access out of the gate, I think there'd still have been some backlash. This way, Frontier have listened to the community and made a compromise, and we all feel warm and fuzzy for it. So now we're more accepting of early access insta-build stations for ARCs. That said, I don't know enough about BGS and PP mechanics to know how much you can exploit the insta-builds to a power faction's advantage. How'd I do reining in my cynicism?
Really well, Jinx.
Quite well. Good job.
Really well. Proud of you. Commander Nikon says, I'll probably buy one simply to get the instant build shit. I only have a few hours a week to play, which means things that take a lot of grinding for resources are difficult for me. So it's a bit of a sell for my heart since I haven't started colonization and they're pulling out the resource ships that gave everyone else a leg up. As for the rollback, I think they did the right thing, but there may have been a better alternative, such as an update that would allow a player to place a single station with a tech broker. I would argue that tech brokers are supposed to be a scarce resource, and however you mix it, this will allow industrious players to saturate the map with them. This might remove some of the fun of traveling around for ship build parts in the gameplay. Huh.
It's like, it used to be you'd have those spires coming out of Coriolis in very rare places, and now they're everywhere.
Yeah, there were before colonization, I think there were only 56, something like that, asteroid stations, and now I've got 2. You know, so they're everywhere as well. I think I feel like, and I totally appreciate where Commander Nikon is coming from, but I think that is one of those, back in my day, we had to climb uphill twice, that sort of mentality. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything else that Frontier is doing is trying to expedite, again, is with the goal of expediting the all Elite Dangerous gameplay loops. Commander Nikon's only got a few hours a week to play. Surely that's a good thing, if there's stuff closer for them.
Yeah. Well, I got Finn McRaven. Hey, crew. Hey, we're a crew.
Hey, Finn.
Like Ben, colonization does nothing for me, so it's a straight and easy no. But the story around its announcement is fascinating. In truth, it adds to my despair of modern gaming, what with everything being FOMO, overpriced, ill thought out, or designed to monopolize our time and tie us into a game. Go back to the bed, Grandad, I know, but this is just another example of the golden age of gaming being eroded by unscrupulous business decisions. They clearly tried to push their luck. No complaints. We'll raise more prices. Lots of complaints. We'll roll it back with a "we hear you" apology and still look good. In their defense, they're following the market, and if they did roll it back, kind of, And they did roll it back, kind of. But the only defense left for players is to vote with our wallet. Hopefully they've got the message and will refrain from further increases to arcs, new ships, and other cosmetics, as well as players will only tolerate so much. On a positive note, I was anticipating the question of the week being, what did you think of the new content? And was all ready to scream F word, yeah. This is exactly
yeah!
what.
Fuck yeah! I'll do it for you, Colin.
Yeah, I don't want to shout that out loud when the
I
family
will.
is right next door.
I will.
So yes,
Are you all right, Daddy?
not that again. This is exactly what I've been begging for the last couple of years, being able to drop into a system, shoot my way into an enemy's megaship and zap some fools, steal some McGovern, then hightail it out to my employer. Sign me up yesterday, which we'll discuss at a later point.
Yeah, in a minute. All right, good.
I know that's just so
impatient.
needy. So needy.
Evil Flash is saying, during the pay-to-win era, I was dead against it. Now it's a standard preview period, then free-to-all, I'll definitely consider it. I'm not that enamored with the insta-build outcome. It still feels pay-to-win. So for me, that's TBE, to be expected.
I think so.
Yep. Disappointed by Frontier's initial position and the lack of awareness, but they get a highly commended for the subsequent and rapid repair work. Don't judge companies on how they act when they're doing things right. Judge them how they act when things have gone wrong. All is forgiven.
Yeah, they had the choice. They could either roll it back or double down, and
yeah,
they've done the right thing.
100%.
Cool. Katiana says, I won't be buying one because I haven't got the time to really get into colonization, even though this is an option to skip the time sink involved in that with the insta build. I genuinely think that putting anything that uses pay-to-win mechanics in the game is icky and has given me the ick, even more so since they started adding CGs that could be aided with the more bespoke ships just after the ships are released for early access. What I do find hilarious, though, is some people's lack of understanding as to what pay-to-win actually means. No one is saying you can win, elite fellas, but if you can use real-life money to make your position in the game a little bit stronger, that is, by definition, pay-to-win. I also worry that a lot of people think that they should just buy it to support the game, and I also think that's toxic and is probably the reason why Frontier thought they were able to move to a more encompassing paywall model with their initial announcement.
I agree with everything Katie said, unsurprisingly, but yeah. I think that's a really good point, is that historically we've had an element of people going, well, I'm just going to buy it just to support Frontier.
Yeah.
Has there been? I don't.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
a little bit, yeah.
Somebody says.
Yeah, I've seen
You do see
quite a bit of that.
around. I mean, that's interesting because that's kind of indicative of people feeling like they want to give Frontier money, but
So give us a nice juicy
yeah,
DLC.
but it's like, yeah, give us things to spend it on, not
Yeah.
I've said it before. So again, give me a subscription. Let me pay £10 a month. Give me something for it. I'm happy.
I'm not saying you're alone in that, but I think it's a less than 50% proportion of the community that support that view.
Yeah.
Okay, so Oberon is here. Oh dear, what a shame. And it was going so well too. I'm not angry, just disappointed. Now, don't get me wrong, I was so looking forward to this news update. And while I will refrain from discussing the other elements of that announcement, saving that for another week to get on my soapbox, I will say that my feelings were sent on an unexpected rollercoaster ride. Let me explain. Being a lifelong player of the Elite franchise, I immediately recognized the station. My heart skipped with excitement and my brain started pulling theories and ideas forward of how we were going to get it, even to the point that I didn't actually actually taking what was being said. I heard some blah, but nothing really sunk in until the 50k arcs was mentioned. And bang, back to reality. WTF, I must have missed something. So I replayed the stream from the start and my heart sank. My fears were being read out to me. I understand that Frontier need to monetize Elite to allow for future development, if not just to keep the servers switched on. And yeah, I'm on board with that really. But what they announced was too much. 50k arcs and never to be released from behind a paywall. Personally, I felt betrayed. This wasn't what Frontier had promised us how early access would work. TBH, even with the U-turn, I've still got a bitter taste in my mouth, and toothpaste and mouthwash isn't shifting it. Now, in the sense of balance, I do want to add that I really like the model of the Dodec. I think it's sexy. I think this might have been before the 10 arms, but hey, I'm a bit miffed about human tech brokers and how it's not associated with the building process of the economy. Seems to fly in the face of the whole colonization theme, but the introduction of adding the help to buy function into the colonization system is needed, especially for the far-flung mini bubbles out in the local nebulae. Just wish they thought of up of another way to add it. IMO, the instant build, can get in the bin. I don't personally like the idea at all, but I guess they had to justify the price tag somehow. Finally, trust me, this really is a shortened version of what I was going to say on the matter. While I welcome FDev's reversal on the subject, I do feel there is a level of resentment about the whole situation, one that has hurt the relationship between FDev and the player base. While it is nothing like the Odyssey DLC fiasco, this clear and blatant money grab has, from what I've seen posted, raised fear and suspicion on FDev's ethical practices moving forwards. Personally, I also think the timing is poor, being in the run-up to Christmas, especially since they are likely to drop the Caspian 2 before then. It smacks of predatory antics, and that alone scares me. I'm not one who enjoys bitching about FDev, because in the main, the staff do a wonderful job and create some beautiful work. But whatever management-level business-minded person made this call has called the company's reputation into question. FDev need to be mindful of the idiom of killing the goose that lays the golden egg. Don't ruin something profitable through short-sighted actions. Don't alienate the player base from the microtransactions through introducing paywalls or stuff that unbalance the game, e.g. shortcuts to game loops. Right, I'll get off my soapbox now. Please can the next question of the week be a more upbeat question? It definitely was. It definitely was. And thank you, Sir Oberon. Excellent, as always. Love you much.
Excellent. I have the much more abrupt cloned again. The Dodo is getting released exactly when I'm putting the final touch to my main colony. I'm probably getting one because I love it and I'm a sucker. My daughter also loves the Dodo, so I'm guessing I'm getting another one for her because I love her and I'm a sucker.
Oh, Cloned again, I love that.
100,000 arcs though?
Oh, that's a lot of arcs. That's 50 quid.
Still only 50 quid. I mean, I can think of worse things to do with it. That'll get you what, two pints in London?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that nice concise response, I've got Isla Candela with a wall of text. I raised an eyebrow, I'll tell you that. I've only been playing the game for a year, despite being a backer, so I don't have the same experience with the game before Arcs. Asking for 50,000 and making it the only option was, well, quite silly. So far, I haven't used Arcs for anything. My weekly allotment is slowly being hoarded like some kind of space dragon. Getting me to part with that much? Nah. The game regularly goes on sale, and we just had Odyssey for 99 pence or something. On top of that was a recent update to the new player experience. Did they think that this was really a good look? No. Did they really think that this was a good look that would help retain players bought in by that sale? The reverse course was announced swiftly enough, though, so maybe it went over the heads of not following too closely. What they didn't mention is whether or not this new station included a new style of concourse for the interior. For 50,000, it absolutely should. Coriolis, Orbis, Ocellus all share one copy and paste layout. Then you have outpost and surface support styles. A standard layout is fine, makes sense even for player orientation and resources, but some variety would be nice between station types. a new nook or two would be nice. Why not put another contact in front of the player, not just hanging out in a menu? Maybe let the architect choose a la fleet carriers. That would bring a little more value for those willing to pay. So I would prefer to see this. They're totally not going to get concourse considered outside of the 50,000 paywall mind. With operations needing more patience, this release and the CAS, what CAS is short for?
Caspian Explorer.
Oh, Caspian, yeah, okay. Have been our final releases of significance for the year. Something FDev knew ahead of the announcement. A far cry from the events a year ago that finally got me to play. I think this is actually a good time for us to raise, because last week we didn't know this because everything was still being built.
Mm-hmm.
When the dodos are completed, are they standard interiors?
It's standard interiors,
There's
mate.
nothing
Yeah.
bespoke. Oh, well.
Yeah. We knew that last week as well.
Okay,
because it was.
I don't think we talked about it.
I can't remember. Like last week was a haze at best, but
yeah.
but I know
if anyone knows if we talked about it, let us know.
Either way, it doesn't matter. We
definitely did. We definitely did.
But yeah, it's the same. I've got bad news for me, pal.
Profane Pagan says, I don't think I buy a Dodec because it's pricey for me, but in theory I'm fine if some assets serve higher paying customers. Let me say FDev needs to experiment with paywalled gameplay updates for reasons I tell you later. The problem was that FDev took it as a shared universe DLC, but players justifiably perceive the station asset as a personal achievement. ED is wired differently. A paywalled DLC should not touch the game's core space, an on-foot main for obvious reasons. Thankfully, they course-corrected in 2 days before any harm was done. Think about it though, what others call player goodwill is in fact an honour system. The fact that the hardcore fans pay for early access DLCs so others can get them for free later. ED is the cheapest game among its peers with no subscription fee and free major updates. As player numbers are slowly but steadily rising as the game's back-end complexity scales up with free major updates, the operational costs are rising too, while the proportional contribution of the core players who buy early access DLCs, I theorize, are scaling down. That is a problem. We all want ED to scale up both in gameplay features, research and development invested, staff size, player numbers. But as Odyssey's development was basically founded by the sales of Horizons beyond expansion, we need paywalled gameplay purchases as well. For example, a DLC where you can buy rent apartments in ports, which we can decorate. Creative time sinks are a huge thing nowadays. FDev understands it as well. This could never be called pay to win, but it is the next step from pure cosmetics. So Dodec is not a perfect asset for such permanent paid DLC. It doesn't offer extra missions or operations either. It is not established in lore. Why on earth humanity is designing new stations? Give me backstory, FDev. Whew,
Oh no, it's breaking my immersion.
I know. I do appreciate where he's coming from with like a substantial DLC, even if it is a DLC where you're doing something personal for yourself, like collecting things that you would have in a storage, just feels like something extra that you would have on top of the game that makes no difference. I'd probably pay for something like that. I can see where he's doing that, because you could take screenshots and show off all of your trophies that you get.
I think he touches on a point that I sort of slightly felt as well, that the Dodec wasn't personal. You were affecting the game world, and I don't know, I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but that sort of felt wrong as a cosmetic that you could personally choose to buy.
Yeah.
It just felt slightly off that the end result wasn't personal. It was affecting the game world. I know it's hard to justify that because obviously colonization, we're all affecting the game world through gameplay, and if you name your system, everybody gets to see it, and if you name your fleet carrier, everybody gets to see it. But I don't know, it felt slightly off to me.
Cool. Yeah, agreed. Apaphis, the final answer to this question, and then we got last week's. Apaphis says, I don't think I will be getting 150k arcs is a lot for what you're getting. There is nowhere on the store or in-game to see its stats. With the early access ships, you can see in-game the stats of the ship before you buy. Really should be listed on the store too, to be honest. With the station, you get the buy screen before you can see its stats, effects on the system, and required points. You can't make an informed choice. You could spend the arcs and find you won't be able to make use of it anytime soon as you need to. For example, get 12 tier 3 points, or maybe destroy, cancel a part built tier 3 and throw away that effort in the hopes you get enough points back to build it. I'm still not quite sold on the insta build. I feel it cheapens the work gone into building stations. You have commanders hauling thousands of tons of items, putting in some effort to build a station. Then in the next system, someone turns up, opens their wallet, and boom, station done. There's a sense of accomplishment, and it's very satisfying when you haul that last bit of cargo, hit complete, and having the brewer logo coming up on screen with this little jingle. I'm just not going to get that with an insta build. While I know right now we are talking about one station and one insta build, I think we can safely assume there will be more stations and insta builds coming in the future. I stopped buying under construction one, and inside it's the same as the other tier 2, tier 3 stations. After mulling it over for a while, for what you get, I feel it doesn't justify its DLC/good indie game price tag. Yes.
Yeah.
Apaphis has summarised every other point that people have brought up there. Thanks, Apaphis. We should have just read yours, mate, and just left it at that.
Yeah. Ben, you had a quick question about Profane Pagan before we move on?
Yeah, I was just thinking Profane Pagan's raising a very good point about this basically being about being something that's not really yours. How much would you pay real world money for a room on a station of your choice?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Basically,
maybe.
But you're effectively on about Commander Housing there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
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 I think I would. I think I would pay more for it for like having a room on my fleet carrier where I could go and put in like specifically talking about having like trophies and stuff like that you could gather as like an extra additional part of gameplay on top of everything else that's going on. But yeah, I would pay for DLC where I have a room and I could put trophies into that room. That sounds really fun.
Yeah. I'd be paying for that.
Yeah,
definitely.
that sounds
It'd
really
be
fun.
really easy to do, even at a station, not just a fleet carrier. It'd be really easy to do because you go in the lift, and and if you've paid your money as well as ship, there's an option go to my apartment.
Yeah. I think that would be lush. I think that would be really fun. I just think that would be really good. Right. Last week, we talked about operations last week, and we asked the question: how do you feel about operations, and what does your ideal operation look like?
Right. I'm going to start with Fremantle. Looking forward to it. Rescue mission. Stealthily creep into an installation to find someone. Once you have them, the alarms go off and you have to fight your way out. Back to your ship for a hot launch and fight evade the ships coming at you. Will there be a non-fighting operations? Collect medicine from a research facility. Going into an installation. Breach security to get in because it's been locked down. Find all the people in the installation. Give them the medicine. Fly out with all the people and take them back to a medical facility. The station you're on gets attacked. Go to the concourse. Kill the pirates, avoiding the civilians. Back to your ship and out to the pirate ships attacking outside. Yes, these scenarios are the kind of thing that I am really looking forward to.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, we were toying with something similar like this because when the Thargoid motherships, because we thought in our
we'd go
in our naivety.
That's the exact phrase. In our naivety, that we could basically fight our way through Thargoids, fight our way into a landing bay on the ship, rescue people, the pod people, and get out again. Which would have been it might be a great operation that you could have in the future.
Would have been wonderful. We got a drill instead, Colin. Is that okay?
Yeah, I know. We pimple popped the people out.
Could we
We were
drill them out instead though? Would that be a good thing?
people poppers. That's what we were.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, enthusiastic, I'd say.
Daedalus. My experience with on-foot missions is that either I will be vastly outnumbered, I play Elite alone as it's my only alone time in a rather overcrowded life, or the mission will be illegal. Any other option will be great.
I think it will scale. I'd love to see it scale. I want to see how that works with the scaling and stuff like that.
I think that you'll have easy operations for low numbers of players and hard ones for groups. I think if you're going for one of the higher rated ones, you'll need a 4-person group.
I think so. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that's the way it works.
Pretty well established in the mission system. It seems a bit surprising if they didn't just follow that model. Yeah. Tukoso says stronghold defense. Get behind the laser turrets on a power play stronghold and fight off waves of ships. Launch in the ship launch fighter to protect the heat sinks, then redock to fight hand-to-hand with the boarders. Finish with a nice meal and a bottle of Chianti. Covertly, travel to another station. Silent run to get inside, avoiding all patrols. Once on the concourse, steal the identity of a security officer. Use this to access the lifts to enter the hab level. Find the hab of a spy and extract data from their terminal. Fight your way back to the lifts. Enter a hazardous res site. Fight to clean out the local pirates. Find their base and travel to it. First destroy orbital weapon platforms and then fight off small ships. Dock and battle swarthy pirates while drinking a nice bottle of Chianti. Give air support to advancing troops heading to a settlement. Remove anti-aircraft defences and land with a squad of troops. Fight to take over the base, like an on-foot CG. After winning, repair the settlement. Finish with a bottle of Chianti and fried beans.
Those were 4 separate responses. You want the blue sky? I think Tom really wanted a drink. I can't. I can't put my finger on it.
Don't care what happens as long as it finishes with Chianti.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as he's not eating anybody else's liver with it. So
I mean, who knows? A Lator says, honestly, if it's anything like current gameplay, I expect gaps and holes in it. FDev has this nasty habit of not being able to complete content during the first go. The pudding ain't done in the middle. I think, yes, maybe that might have been true months ago, years ago maybe, but I think Thargoid War onwards, it's been more hits than misses.
Yeah,
personally.
This is the point that Ben was bringing up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope that they do cook the pudding all the way through this time. So there's nothing more you can say to that.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say I like a rare steak. But,
but you don't want
I can cope with that.
Yeah, but you don't want a steak with a hole in the middle. Lee Bacon. It sounds like it could be fun if they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Yep. You can't argue with that. Yes, and I, as Claire was saying, I think in past performance for the last couple of years, they've done things a lot righter than they've run wrong.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait and see. And one of the things that I'm hoping that they will involve is, all those things like the Lave radio bar, those satellite installations. Could you imagine going on board those instead of just that would be part of the operation. I know they've said mega ships and things like that, but they've got the possibility of us running around, the Lave station bar.
I can't help but feel, and this is probably my wishful thinking, that they have shown us what isn't new, what feels familiar. So the inside of megaships will have that familiarity rather than some of the other things that they maybe have planned. When they talked about mining stuff, I couldn't help but get my hopes up. I'm sorry, I'm a sucker for it.
Well, I mean, you could always fly around the Lave radio bar, try and jam the transmissions by taking out all the transmitters. Then you dock, and then you try and assassinate the crew as we're broadcasting. There you go. That's a straightforward assassination mission.
I mean, I would be all over that mission. Feels like it was meant for me, Colin.
I'm just picturing, Wood Frontier actually put us in the station.
No.
It would be amazing, though, if they kind of did. Yeah, they've got access to our data, for God's sakes. Anyway, that's a dream. No, I know, but still, it's a dream. Am I on chat? Yeah, I'm on chat as well.
Yep.
About time more ODC. I know he's saying Odyssey, but ODC, maybe?
Odyssey content.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's deliberately saying ODC. For trying to raise a point. It sounds like it could be really cool. Space battle outside the megaship, hack the terminals to open airlocks, or some other way of breaching. Get inside, fight your way to hack the vast megaship, blow it up or whatever the objective, and get out quickly. It could even have some sort of forklift truck to drive around the big areas in. Modified SRV controls? I'll hold off getting too excited because it'll probably just be a ground battle with respawns set on a megaship.
I think. Well, I mean, I know what Cheb Will is referring to, because they'll think that, oh no, we'll just done the lowest common denominator and then that'll be it. But I think there'll be more this time.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident that there's more. Alex, no, Alex, like, nope.
Yeah.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, my mind's just going to the lowest common denominator, Fight in the Hasbro site, fade to black, fade to inside,
I really hope not.
Big power room, turn off generators. We'll see. There's all these. I like how quite a lot of these suggestions from people are not just stringing scenarios together, but they're coming up with all sorts of gameplay that isn't currently in the game.
This is the thing that we've always said, isn't it? Like, as soon as something gets announced, 5,000 commanders have the design document in their head exactly the way that they want it to be.
Yeah, and we'll never.
And they're all loving the game that they're designing.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see.
I mean, the game in my head is absolutely fantastic.
Let's see what's in Nicey's head. I'm so excited. This seems like a much-needed feature to both tie Odyssey and ship gameplay together, and fun, structured gameplay for when you just can't be bothered to decide what to do. I would love to see operations inside those horizon structures that have people inside, but we never even visit, such as the prison ones on planets. Something like break this person out of prison and unimpound their ship to let them escape. Or maybe just let us visit the Orange Sidewinder bar installation, please. There you go, Colin.
Or assassinate people in the Orange Sidewinder bar installation.
Please! Go and visit and then cheeky little assassination.
With a bottle of Chianti.
Yeah, with a lovely bottle of Chianti at the end. Commander Dipping Dino says the first update since I started playing, only since January 2025. I'm definitely looking forward to. Colonization didn't really interest me. Likewise with the ships released this year. Great quality of life and bug fixing though. I've always enjoyed the existing on-foot content as well as space combat, so I'm right in the target market for operations. It all depends on Frontier executing well, of course, but it's definitely a good strategy. There's so much they could do with relatively small additions to existing on-foot and in-space content. Even some light integration like space fighting your way to a landing pad and then getting something from inside the megaship on foot would make me happy. My hope is we'll be able to have some more meaningful interaction between space and on foot. Moonshots here are to escape, jump into an escape pod and ship picks me up if they use hatch breakers on the cargo hatch. Oh my god, that sounds so cool. Drop the mission item into a garbage chute on foot and hatch break it out from the megaship later. Fly a dropship, EVA to the megaship, use the cutter to get inside. Ship must hack communication nodes to open up subsequent sections of the megaship so the on-foot team can continue.
I love that last one. I
Oh my
absolutely
god, yeah.
love that last one.
Me too.
Coordinated ship and on-foot gameplay.
Please.
The full circle of combat will be
It's
complete.
the sphere. They've talked about it for years. The sphere. like the little aliens in Toy Story going, the claw, where the sphere. No,
Zero
no, just
combat.
me.
Zero
Yeah.
combat.
Oh, no, not just you.
Right, I have Homburger. The more I think about what operations could achieve, the more excited I become. The actual link between both in-ship and on-foot an actual link between both ship in and on-foot gameplay. I am so sorry. I'm just trying to get words right out of my head.
You've got this, Colin. Come on, we've got this.
The missions could mirror what we already do in settlements: massacre, heist, sabotage, assassinations, but on a mega ship. Even by using similar assets to those that are already having the settlements, just arranging them in more immersive ways to make us believe we are running and gunning through a giant spaceship instead. And could some of this content be used to add extra rooms and floors to our fleet and squadron carriers too? Maybe, But also, who knows, we also have crashed Thargoid motherships. Maybe one day the assets from those could be used in more intriguing ways in the futures. HHCTB? Question mark?
Hitchhikers something, maybe?
Honestly, no idea. How hard can it be? No.
Oh, yes.
How hard can that be?
That's
How hard can that be?
How hard can that be? Yeah.
It's our catchphrase, and I was like, "Have you checked your butthole?" That's not.
I just see HH and I go hitchhikers.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Right, Jinx effect. I'm not sure about the operations themselves. Adopting a wait-and-see approach. However, I'm excited about having new environments to explore. Where do they say that?
They did say new environments.
Well, new areas like the megaship is a new environment because we've never been there before.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully they'll be plentiful, varied, and distinct. Hopefully they will.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
There's a lot of hopefullys, I know.
Daisy Bell. Operations are exactly the sort of gameplay I've been hoping to see in this game. My hope is there will be different roles for players to slot into. Let's imagine the goal of the mission is to get onto a megaship to assassinate an important NPC, steal something, or even just sabotage the main reactor. One commander has their ship engineered for stealth, hacking the access codes from a data point. Meanwhile, other commanders fly about in combat-oriented vessels, taking out defense turrets and local security ships. Then, once inside, you have one or two players in Maverick suits hacking automated defenses and opening doors. The other players are in Dominator suits with different weapon loadouts. Maybe we'll get a new suit which will introduce a healer and buffer role. Someone who hands out medkits, revives players if they go down, and has a tool which boosts the suit shields on other players. Then, once the mission is complete, there'll be a countdown timer for everyone to get back to their ships ASAP before the megaship blows up, jumps to a star system, etc. Yes,
Sounds excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, most of these things that we're discussing are pretty much like operations in Star Wars. In Star Wars: The Old Republic.
So operations in Star Wars is like an element of like things that happen in jump space as well, and all of those things. And you can't help but think that Frontier have got to take inspiration from those areas and places that are doing it really well. You can't help but hope that Frontier are taking those things. We're doing an awful lot of hope right now. Okay, so everyone
built in it.
Yeah, I know, right? So everyone says now this is more like it, something positive to froth about. And to be fair, given all the negative tross that has flooded the airways in the last few weeks, I nearly forgot about this. But they say nothing travels faster than bad news, or you're only as good as your last bad job. Anyway, yay for something positive. My thoughts, well, if I said I would have Just myself with glee. I would not be far off from the truth if this was the only thing announced. Too much information. If you dig back, I'm sure I said I wanted walking about on megaships as part of my wish list, or I didn't, in which case it didn't make the final cut. But I so wanted this, and to have it as part of a string of activities is just the next step up. But what would it entail? My current mindset wants to rein in my hopes and dreams a bit. But I fear that if I do, I'm going to end up with blue balls before release. So let me indulge myself briefly. Trust me, it won't be too shocking or horrifying for everybody else. Too fucking late, my guy. We know about the proposed sequence of space combat while fighting your way to the megaship, then the docking followed by the on-foot infiltration of the ship. To be honest, I'm happy with that game loop alone. That alone has sold me on the idea. But I just would not be me to leave it there. Now, would I? Of course not. So what else? Search and rescue mission, track a signal to a system, avoid security, land at a settlement, fight through some new noob NPCs, rescue mom. Sorry, Phil. Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint and wait for this all to blow over. What about a Guardian site linked mission? Go down to a site, obtain some relic for a mission giver, fight off some noob NPCs, drop the relic at point B, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint and wait for all of this to blow over. What about mining for some raw material ink mission? Drop in on some Hazard's location, mine the raw mats while under a constant attack from some pirates. Hope you have a good wingman or a tier 11 with a fighter bay shock. Cha-ching! Find a refinery in the revised colonized systems to change your raw mats to something refinable, then deliver said commodity somewhere, fighting off some new NPCs, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint. You get the point. If you get the ink, you'll have some red on you, though, and that'll be a problem. Seriously, the combinations of different game loops are numerous, and I will be interested in what they come up with and how this works into BGS and Power Play 2. On that note, I do hope EFTA try and get the balance near on right, with a small fine-tune in places at release. It is a bit frustrating to have elements of the game changed or locked out for long periods while they figure out how to close a loophole that everyone else saw a mile off. They have the time. It's been put back to early 2026. Let's get it polished before flushing out to the masses. Sighs. I feel better for that. Thank you. Anyone got a cig?
Do you think we should do a fundraiser to send them some screen wipes?
I don't know. I think we might have to.
I feel icky just hearing that.
Blimey. I love you so, everyone. Never change.
Just clean yourself up from time to time. Right?
Yeah. Actually, if you do what you did and what you just said, do change. Kind of important that you do change. It'll get crusty after a while.
What it's worth, I've just sent her over on PM. Just a little word of advice.
Right. Moving forward, Commander Nickerum. May it be like an old spy or a Rainbow Six video game, land on a planet at a facility, then hop in a new type of multi-passenger SIV, which would take you down to one of those signal sites or crash ship sites that randomly spawn, and then there's a bunch of dudes to fight and maybe an SRV in a high-speed chase back to the original facility where you have to catch the target, and if you don't catch them, then you have to summon your ship and chase them into space for a dogfight. It could include anything from stopping a bomb to recovering stolen intel, just much more exciting. Maybe some of the facilities require 2 or more persons to complete separate simultaneous tasks, like turning off a bomb in 2 different locations within 10 seconds. Yes, and yes. I love the way that everybody's coming up with fantastic scenarios for this. It really has just kicked
We'll
off.
send it into Frontier and get them to implement them all. How hard can it be?
Yeah, here's a few ideas for you.
Yeah, and you get it done for $200,000. Okay, so.
They are great, and I love these kind of ideas about simultaneous, 2 people doing simultaneous tasks. That's really cool.
Right, Little Bigian. He's saying, never heard of him, weird person. I'm looking forward to operations. I hope they have different difficulty levels, so people without optimized/engineered gear can take place. I hope the rewards are a loot pool of items, so you can get an engineered gun or suit. I think it's exciting that we might get the much vaunted sphere of combat, unified. Please, Frontier, give us Scorpion on Scorpion combat. Hell yeah. I would love to see some spooky style of operations. Just anything involving the Phagos clan. I would love to have to sneak onto the dredger, do a shenanigan, and escape before being killed and eaten. Hell yes again. Beyond simple shoot all the things, I hope we can see some operations that involve passenger missions. Maybe land, fill up with passengers while defending your ship, then zoom away with people. A bit like the evacuation of Hoth. Maybe there could be an operation where you have to help someone doing a science with a new ship, where you have to hunt down where it ended up, when it didn't appear where it should have. Yeah. Oh. My personal operation would be one related to evacuating a settlement or something similar under attack, where the ships you can take are restricted, along with the amount of engineering. I do agree with what you're saying about limiting our ships. That makes
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, you can only, for instance, if you're boarding a ship, you can only land in the landing bay in a small ship, for instance. That
For
would be
example, yeah.
Yeah.
You could even have like rental ships. So you land somewhere and they go, okay, you need to
Yeah.
take this ship to go and do this mission, and you literally
They can
kind of
make they can make it like the the thing where you have to jump in an adder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Epaphras. I'm excited for operations. It will be good to bring the ships and on foot activities together more and having them feel a part of one game rather than two separate ones. I'm really hoping it will bring improvements to team gameplay. Would love to get a large ship, fill it with commanders, have one on guns, two in SLFs while taking on the megaship defense ships, then dock and break our way in to do the thing before returning to the ship and getting out of there before reinforcements arrive. Last time I tried something like that with a ground base, people got disconnected on jumps, or if they died at the base, they'd end up at the station tens of light years away and miss out on all the action. In the end, we gave up on all in one ship and each took our own ship to mitigate these issues. It would be cool to be able to use health pack or something to get a down teammate member back up and into the action right away.
Yeah. I really like the idea of there being a healer role.
I'd love that as well.
Yeah, I was because we talked at the start of the show about the idea of super soldiers and stuff from the
Mhm.
HIP 87621 pharmaceuticals, and yeah, that was one place my mind went to was possibilities for a healer role for operations, kind of tie in nicely.
Yeah. So overall, the stuff about the Dodec or the Dodo is pretty much, oh, come on.
Yeah.
And while the stuff about operations is, take our money, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. We'll
Take
have
our money
it.
even though it's free.
We want it.
Let us pay you for it. And I think there's a and people will say that that's a disconnect for the community, like the take like I would if a made up operations thing that was like fully actualized, big new missions, all of that stuff. I would pay for that as DLC. Before I would pay for a ship behind a paywall. Oh no, a ship or a station behind a paywall. For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
It's interesting. Sorry, I was going to say, reading from all these comments, if they're smart and if they make the operation system kind of modular, then all of these different interesting scenarios that people have described, there's just so much scope if they can, plug in all the parts in different orders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, the replayability factor is going to be immense.
Yeah.
Start with 10 operations for free, and then we just sort of add an extra operation on for Arcs later.
Gotta wait till next year.
Gotta wait till next
Find out.
year. Right. Well, so first question of the week, thumbs down. Second question of the week, thumbs up. And in some cases, we don't want to know what's up.
Hey,
overall. So,
hey, watch for this Sunday at around 2 p.m. UK time, around the time after Black Diamond FM finishes with the amazing Chris Mark 4. Absolutely listen from 12 till 2 because he's brilliant. But around 2 o'clock, I will post the question of the week. This week will be about the Caspian. Hopefully, your elite partners will have had an opportunity to fly it by that point, and you'll have seen a little bit. You'll have seen it in action, and you'll be able to comment on it, and we'll be able to comment on it.
excellent.
There we go.
Right. So we're going to round out with our shout-outs. So our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, broadcasts on a Thursday at 8:30. You can tune in at twitch.tv, Hutton Orbital Truckers, or just on the audio at radio.forthemug.com. For the certainly commander that likes a bit of CQC action, check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/EliteDangerousCQZ. We're giving shout-outs to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts. So that's Hello to the Guard Frequency. Still got problems with their feed, but you can get it from the website. There's a wonderful Loose Screws, who are on holiday because this is the only holiday Yanks get. So give them their chance. If you speak French,
I just let the funky music do the talking now.
And the singing.
then there is the wonderful Elite Dangerous podcast, and they do those wonderful missions as well. And also, I think every other week we have the Distant Worlds podcast now. Is it, Alec?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. Okay, so they're available. I think there's one due next week. Now, following on this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest, as provided by Commander Witherspoon and Commander Beetlejude. And well, thanks to everybody who's chipped in the Twitch chat. And do we have, the Chris Mark 4, any in-game commanders that annoyed you?
We have had in-game commanders. We have had Ibex the Goat, Rich 1986 Rich, Clearlan, Frozen Satsuma, JT, Frandra, Rocky Star, and Andy Sharp 42.
Excellent. Thank you all for keeping Chris company as he stares longingly out of the window. So, special thanks, of course, go to Commander Togoso, JN Trax, and Ellen Stroud, who have all created music that we use on this show. And that's it for another episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, you can find all the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com/website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Alec.
Thanks, Colin. Night all.
Thanks to Ben.
I hear that tissues are now a rare commodity.
Gross. Gross.
Oh, no. Thanks to Claire.
And hand lotion.
Oh.
Gross. How dare you, Claire? Bad Claire.
And screen wipes. And of course, special thanks goes to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark 4.
You're welcome.
With lotion.
Has anyone been able to buy any socks from the run up to Christmas? Just ask.
Let's not. Let's not. No, God.
Oh dear.
It's a new rare commodity from Lave, crusty socks.
Why? Why?
It's socks that crusty, you've got to hammer them flat. No.
Oh my God.
It's my special sock.
Right, well, quickly, let's leave. Until next time, Commanders, fly safe, and if you can't do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word.
Space can be low.
I'm gonna see the galaxy.
hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Digest, 25th of November 3311. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news, Zorgon Peterson reveals the detailed specifications of their new long-range ship, the Caspian Explorer. The Pilots Federation announces changes to on-foot combat, and tension mounts with the promise of something big about to happen in HIP 87621.
The Caspian Explorer will be available for early access on Tuesday the 2nd of December, and it's shaping up to be a fabulous ship. Building on the success of the Mandalay, Zorgon Peterson's new exploration ship, the Caspian Explorer, is seeking to be better than the Mandalay in at least 3 key ways, with 3 new exclusive Mark II modules. The Mark II reinforced armour hull will allow steeper, faster glides down to the planetary surface, with what Zorgon describes as seamless planetary approaches. If you're fed up with your glide failing because it's steeper than 60 degrees, the Caspian will, apparently, have you covered. The size 7 Mark II thrusters are tuned for flying in strong gravitational fields, meaning you won't be crashing into high gravity planets anything like as much as you might have in the past. The supersized size 8 Mark II frameshift drive will deliver a supercharged neutron boost, giving the greatest ever jump range for a conventional ship from neutron and white dwarf boosts. The Caspian is built with long-range exploration and expeditions in mind. With surprisingly compact landing profile when the engine pods have retracted, and a panoramic view from its forward position cockpit, the Caspian could easily become the new go-to ship for explorers. Zorgon claims that their new ship can be fully kitted out without the need to sacrifice jump range. They've not yet said what the maximum jump range will be, but it seems likely that it will equal or even exceed that of the Mandalay. Zorgon claims that their new ship can also be used as a long-range hauler and for mining, although it's hard to imagine it outclassing the Lakon Type 8 for hauling or the Type 11 for mining. Like the Mandalay, the Caspian has a surprisingly good set of hardpoints for an explorer. The Mandalay has 4 medium and 2 small. Well, the Caspian can beat that. It has 6 medium hardpoints and 1 large, which should be plenty to get you out of trouble. Zorgon has failed to announce the number of utility mounts, but they have provided a list of the core and optional internals. There will be a size 8 frameshift drive with a size 8 power plant and size 7 distributor. The thrusters are also size 7, while the life support is a modest and light size 5. Sensors are size 8, and the Caspian sports the largest fuel tank, a size 7. The optional internals are a single size 7 for the fuel scoop, 2 size 6s, 4 size 5s, so there's plenty of space for the Guardian frameshift drive booster, 2 size 4s, a single size 3 and size 2, and 3 size 1s, so you can fit a detailed surface scanner, an advanced docking computer, and a supercruise assist without wasting any larger slots. The Caspian Explorer from Zorgon Peterson will be available in early access for ARCs in less than a week, Tuesday the 2nd of December, 3311. Will you be one of the first to fly?
The Pilots Federation has announced that commanders should be on the lookout for changes to on-foot combat from early next week. They've received a tip-off that the guards at settlements and pirates at other locations have been receiving training and are about to get a lot smarter. Where currently they stand in the open like large human-shaped targets, they're expected to get much more nimble taking cover and working their way round their target when under fire, and able to press home their advantage when they have the enemy on the run. To counter this, the Pilots Federation has been working to make weapons more effective. All weapons will have faster stow and draw times. Some weapons will have ammo, clip size and damage adjusted, not necessarily upwards, to align with the new balance changes. The 3 types of weapon, laser, kinetic and plasma, are being adjusted to make all types of weapon viable in a variety of situations. Lasers now do more damage to health. Kinetic weapons deal more damage to shields. Plasma weapons will have increased projectile velocity. This is the first significant change to on-foot combat since commanders were first able to disembark at settlements more than 4 years ago. The Pilots Federation says it hopes to bring together in-ship and on-foot activities into a cohesive experience, making the galaxy a more interesting place to live in. Once next week's changes are bedded down, probably in February next year, the Pilots Federation is expected to announce the next steps in this long-term plan.
The Pilots Federation has warned commanders to expect something much bigger in the HIP 87621 system when the October Consortium Biology Field Trip ends on Thursday. More than 25,000 commanders have been merrily leaping from tree to tree in the HIP 87621 system, gathering genetic samples from the Radicoida unica, the strange new life form discovered there, and delivering them to the mysterious October Consortium. Independent scientists have also been working to analyse the samples, and have identified that the strange blue shrubs may hold the secret to a massive pharmaceutical or biochemical breakthrough. The words biochemical may cause some commanders to shudder, given the association this field has with azimuth biochemicals and Salvation, the megalomaniac who caused the Thargoid War, which started 3 years ago and concluded after 2 years of bloody conflict on the 17th of December last year. In 3 weeks' time, the bubble will have been Thargoid free for a whole year. We don't know what discovery's been made in HIP 87621, whatever it is. It had better not be anything that might encourage the Thargoids to return. We're sure it's not that. It's probably just a better blue hair dye for Princess Aisling.
And that's this week's Galnet News. Galnet News. We read the news so you don't have to.